Good evening, YouTube, brothers and sisters. My name is Tyler. I am married to my beautiful wife, Jessie. I have two beautiful daughters with her, and I'm currently one of Jehovah's Witnesses. But today, I wanted to discuss something that I saw recently on the YouTube channel that we have. So, it was a comment left by one of the viewers, which I do appreciate. It's Daniel Rivera, I'm sorry, and he left two series of comments, and I'm going to read you these. The first one is, I'm pretty sure you messed up on most of what you decided to explain. I will help you with a few, but you did go on wrongly about a lot. And the second one is, you clearly have issues understanding Bible. I'm assuming he's talking about the Bible. Your interpretations are far too literal. This is a problem. Because you are actually blaspheming God. Wow, this is a kind of a direct statement, direct approach. So I'm going to respond to both of these. I'm going to respond to the first one. I'm pretty sure you have messed up on most of what you decided to explain. First of all, I have to ask you, I'm going to assume safely that you are one of my fellow brothers. I'm going to assume that. And if you are not, I apologize. But you say here that I messed up on most of what I decided to explain. What was it that I messed up on? What was it? And second, you will help me with the few of what I messed up on, but I still don't know what I messed up on. And third, I'm wrongly about a lot. What is it? What is it exactly? That is, what do I have incorrect? I would love for you to explain this to me. I mean, leave me a comment about what it is, and I'll address it. But I'm just really confused because I expressed my my views and what I truly felt the Bible is explaining on a lot of matters, all of them actually. Which one was it? So I leave that up to you to respond. And second, you say, Daniel says, you clearly have serious issues about understanding the Bible. Your interpretations are far too literal, and this is a problem because you are actually blaspheming God. Okay, I am going to go right straight to the middle of this. Your interpretations are far too literal. First of all, I'm going to say, no, these are not my interpretations. No, did Joseph not say that all interpretations belong to God? And also that what I'm saying is far too literal. Well, I'm going to show you something, Mr. Rivera. I'm going to show you this, my brother. So, I do believe that the Bible is entirely literal. It is. I do believe this. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to go to jw.org. Okay? There is a video, a drama. Okay? It's actually a one I really enjoy watching. That way. It's one I enjoy watching so much. So I will look for it. Video categories, I'm sorry. Right up here. Okay, so we go to the Bible. And go up. Alright, I'm going to go to the right a little bit. So, in the second video, viewers, if you guys do remember me talking about Messiper, he's in this video here. Let me see. For a certainty, God made him Lord in Christ. I'm going to play part 1. In this video, Jesus says something so important and so crucial to what we believe is Jehovah's Witness and how we should see the Bible. And I will play that for you because it's very important. To answer, to give you a point of answer about whether I'm being too literal. Yeah, I am being very literal, completely, and this is why. Okay, I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna go to 10 minutes here. So, 10 minutes, 25 seconds.
Not finding him, Joseph and Mary returned to Jerusalem and made a diligent search for him. That is how, after 3 days, they found him here in the temple, in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. But all those listening to him were in constant amazement at his understanding and his answers.
Okay, before I continue this, Jesus is in the temple amongst all the teachers in Jerusalem. Mary and Joseph, his parents, they left and didn't realize Jesus was missing. So this right now is Jesus amongst all the teachers, and this is exactly what happens.
Jesus had a perfect mind. He was able to remember what he had been taught from infancy about his heavenly Father and the history of his people. At this young age, Jesus already had phenomenal understanding of the Scriptures. Those of us who observed him should have seen that this was no ordinary boy.
The young man has asked a very good question. Caleb, Duel, go on, give him an answer.
My son, these are the mysteries only God can answer. Also, you need to keep in mind that not every single word of these prophecies can be taken literally.
Please, excuse my questions, but if these prophecies are not always meant to be taken literally, how do you know that the Messiah will be a real person and not a symbol of something else?
My brothers, the boy's questions are valid. Jesus, do you have an opinion on these matters?
My parents have taught me that the Messiah is real, but might his mission, his life, and his work in this land prove to be quite different than what is widely expected? I understand that, in the end, people of all nations will be blessed by means of the Messiah.
I myself am old. I can only hope to see that day come. When do you think the Messiah will come?
My honorable teachers, I have also been taught that Jehovah our Father has placed the times and seasons within his own jurisdiction. In the meantime, I strive to draw closer to the Creator, doing the things he has commanded.
Never has a young lad spoken with such wisdom.
Okay, so basically, these teachers are trying to tell Jesus that, maybe perhaps everything we read in the Holy Writings isn't meant to be taken literally, isn't exactly meant to be that way. But Jesus said something that absolutely just sparked my attention. He said, if everything isn't meant to be taken literal, then how do we know if the Messiah will be a real person or just a symbol of something else? Okay? All right? And then you know what the religious leader said about this young man here? He said, hey, his questions, his answers are valid. Yeah. Jesus was right. Yeah. If we don't take everything in the Bible as literal, how can we be sure of any of it? Honestly. And Jesus said something else. When the leaders asked him when he thought the end of the system of things would be, the coming, he said, we know neither the day or the hour. Yeah, that's correct. That is very correct. But as Jehovah's Witnesses, we've been given signs. The governing body have pointed out signs for us, earthquakes, nations fighting against nations, wars and reports of wars, famines, disease. Yeah, definitely. But those things have always been happening. Is there a sign that Jesus gave us that could actually really tell us how close we are to the end? Well, I'm about to show it to you. But before I do, I am going to read something to you, okay? Oh, why am I doing that? I want to go to Revelation, okay? Revelation is a book that is, I mean, beyond amazing. Revelation. Let's see. I need one verse here. It is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. Pay attention to this. It says, "Happy is the one who reads aloud and those who hear the words of this prophecy and who observe the things written in it, for the appointed time is near." How near is it? Well, let's see. Before I tell you this, I want to show you a picture, okay? I'm going to show you a picture. And I want you to really look at it. It's the picture of the Euphrates River. Euphrates River. Okay. Euphrates River. Let's take a look at it real quick. All right. Let me see. It's a certain one I'm looking for. All right, right here. Right here. Look at this. This one right here. Look at this. Before and after. This is the Euphrates River. Maybe 2 decades ago. This is it, about a year or two ago. Actually, this was it in 2009. 2009 it looks like. What am I trying to get at? What am I trying to get at? Well, let's go back. Look at this picture of the Euphrates River. Where's the water? Where is it? Or even this one right here. Yeah, no water. What about this? No water. This is the bed of the Euphrates River. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, I'm going to show you a Bible verse that has something to do with the Euphrates River, and it's also in the book of Revelation. I'm going to look for it real quick. Let me see. Okay. All right. I'm going to look up Revelation 3 or 9 verse 9 verses. I'm just going to look it up because I'm going to be able to find this. So it talks about the Euphrates River here in Revelation. All right. Listen. In Revelation 9, chapter 13, it says, the sixth angel had blown. Actually, no, I'm not even going to read that just yet. I'm going to read one. I'm going to read a different one real quick because this one comes before. Basically, coincides with this one. All right. I'm going to go to Revelation 16. Revelation 16. Okay. All right, Revelation 16, verse 12. Okay. It says, the sixth one poured out his bowl on the great Euphrates River, and its waters were dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the rising of the sun. Now, it says here that the sixth angel, this was an angel that poured out his bowl on the Euphrates River. Its waters was dried up. The Euphrates River is, if not dry already, or getting close to it. And it was prepared for the way of the kings. Now, who were the kings? Well, chapter 9 tells us exactly who the kings were. All right? It says it right down here. Who were the kings? All right? The sixth angel blew his trumpet. And I heard a voice from one of the horns of the golden altar, that is, before God, say to the sixth angel who had the trumpet, he had the trumpet, yes, untie the 4 angels who are bound at the great the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels who have been prepared for the hour and day and the month and year were untied to kill 1/3 of the people. The number of the armies of cavalry was 2 myriads of myriads. I heard the number of them. So, Revelation chapter 16 talks about kings who are basically unbound by these angels, and Revelation chapter 9 talks about these same four angels that were. How do I know these were kings? Because these four angels had authority over armies. Okay. Well, do I believe this will happen? Yes, I do. Why? Because it says the Euphrates River will have to be dry when this happens. I do read the Bible, and I do believe it's very literal. Do you believe the flood's literal? Do you honestly? Do you honestly? What about the death of Jesus and his resurrection? Or when Joshua was fighting with the Israelite armies against the enemies, and then Jehovah caused the sun and the moon to stand still. Do you believe that happened? I mean, if that did happen, that would cause a lot of disaster. But do you believe it happened? Think about it. Think about science, physics. Did it happen? Uh, Again, this is for educational purposes, but I do respect the comments, and I want to know. I want to know the things that you felt like I got wrong. Um, I would like to be enlightened, and yes, I do feel the Bible is literal. If you can prove to me that it's not, but I mean, there's a lot of things that are literal in the Bible. A lot of things you have to take seriously. Some people say it's figurative. Some people do. I don't believe that. Based on the things that I have seen and things I have experienced and the things that I have read. But with that, the Coleman family says, have a good one.